And now from San Diego, welcome to Talk of the Town, San Diego's only audience participation talk show, featuring lively discussions about compelling issues of the day. And here now is Talk of the Town.
I want to introduce you to Talk of the Town, but I'd like to introduce you to our panel. Bruce, tell us who you are.
Yeah, I'm Bruce Lasker. I'm a clinical neurologist. I have a private practice. I'm also on volunteer faculty at UCSD.
And Randy?
My name is Randy Berholtz. I'm an attorney, and I'm also a member of the Republican Central Committee in San Diego.
Aaron?
And I'm Aaron DeGroot. I have been a government and U.S. history teacher at San Diego High, and I'm president of Uptown Democrats, a chartered Democratic group.
David?
I'm David. I drive around in a minivan solving crimes.
Okay, you want to go with that?
I want to go with that.
All righty. I'm Douglas Holbrook. I'm a local attorney, and I'm a former professor at San Diego State in the Political Science Department and the Business Law Department.
In terms of the second most visited website from people who are on the Fox News site is New York Times. That's really charming, but the problem is that the studies and the data show that people who watch Fox News are actually less well informed than people who watch any other source of news.
No, that's not true.
It is entirely true. There have been multiple studies.
The questions were all loaded. They then changed how they rephrased the questions.
It's not one study.
They would ask questions like, and then they would be interpreted liberally.
Who's doing the studies?
Is the new healthcare death
Media
panels?
centers,
Then they would interpret
researchers.
it. When they ask the questions in a reverse sort of way, someone asks the same questions with just the opposite way of asking the question. That people who listen to Fox News Channel were actually better informed. And if you actually look at those surveys and you look at the questions that those people ask, yes,
I can't rebut it point by point, but that's not what I. That's not what I.
Well, the fact is, the way you word the question can very definitely affect the response and slant or skew the results. And you're right. If you reverse the way it's asked, you're going to get a different result. So I don't know who was asking. If it was academic institutions, you
mostly
say it was.
academics, Pew, I think.
And you know how they slant. I mean, not that an academic institution could ever slant things.
No, of course
in a liberal
not.
way.
Of course not.
Now that I'm sure everyone knows that we know that.
Let's see how many Republicans are. Let's
Fox
add some of those media centers and the like.
The
come
Fox
on, they're so
viewers
biased.
thought, look, the Fox, I remember it only vaguely, the Fox viewers were more likely than anybody else to believe that we found weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. Sorry. They were more likely to believe that most of the world supported the invasion of Iraq. Sorry. So, again, let's not relitigate Iraq, but the point is that...
Or probably that Iraq was involved in 9/11, right? That there was a
I think that was
there.
one of them too. Maybe I'm wrong, but anyway, you're right. It depends what the questions are. But the idea that I just wanted to push back a little bit on your implication that somehow Fox viewers are somehow seek out new sorts of information. The study showed exactly the opposite. If you poll people who watch the cable news networks, it turns out that conservatives trust nobody. I'm talking about cable news only. Trust nobody except for Fox News, and liberals trust everybody except Fox News.
Well, that's
fact.
That's
MSNBC, not just MSNBC, but also CNN, PBS.
But that's where the fair and balanced occurs. I listen to NPR, PBS. I listen to all these other outlets, and it's interesting how biased they are. Like NPR, when Romney came out against Obama, saying that it was devastating the budget deficits, they went on to point out in the headline part of the news how the budget for Romney was going to cause a greater deficit, which one wasn't true, and number two is it was they've never comment in the reverse fashion, and again it was the same thing on many other debates, and the point is that the mainstream media from ABC, CBS, NBC, NPR, PBS are all biased. And it's funny because we call ourselves, some people say we have a center-right nation. We can't have a center-right nation. It's like saying that the 50th percentile is not the average. The point is, the reason why we say we have a center-right country is because the media the mainstream of what we hear from these institutions is clearly to the left of where the average American
Bruce, I'm going to
is.
make some news right now. I'm going to concede that most professional journalists are probably liberal, just as most social workers are probably liberal, and most school teachers are probably liberal, and most MBAs are probably conservative. People gravitate toward a position based on their image of it. I can't imagine there are too many right-wing Republican social workers running around. There are a handful, I'm sure. Right. But I'm sure, as you pointed out, journalism is a profession of advocacy. And I think there probably is a liberal, there are more Democratic journalists than there are Republican journalists.